Hi guys. March Madness begins. March Madness begins. My dear friends, my subscribers, my fellow supporters, and all of you passing by who can watch this right now. This is a yellow badge content and it's not appropriate to most of the advertisers. So the project is only possible to exist as a monthly digest and pretty soon might be available only for the members. So anyways, YouTube grows and gives the alternative bloggers the opportunity to find direct funding or patronage via the platform and might actually be a good way to prove they were right to give it a chance. So this video is a third example of how I was going to make those geopolitical breakdowns some of you wanted me to do. Today we're going to talk about what happened since the last update I've made in February and check if anything is wrong with the analysis that was made before. See the real puzzle of events that followed up in the previous couple of weeks. Today we're going to talk about coronavirus. Buckle up, sucker.
Buckle up for safety, always buckle up.
Democrats betray Bernie once again.
Democratic socialism means
Hype on death is getting trendy. Turkish Gambit. Social media platform collects biometric data of users. Coronavirus, buckle up, sucker. Plenty of updates on coronavirus. I would say there are too many of them. I would classify them as mainstream.
China is now accusing the U.S. of spreading fear after new travel restrictions were imposed, including a mandatory 14-day quarantine on returning U.S. citizens who have been in certain parts of China. So, Dr. Drew, are we overreacting?
yes. Yes.
I'm hearing this from doctors left and right.
Yes, and we are not overreacting. The press is overreacting, and it makes me furious. The press should not be reporting medical stories as though they know how to report it. If we have a pandemic, I won't know how to tell that we're actually having a pandemic because everything is an emergency.
Moderate.
Now, these are truly dangerous times we're living in, and I'm not referring to some virus. And in this report, I'm not going to hold back any punches. I haven't yet in my previous ones, but it's gotten to the point to where people are afraid to even say the word coronavirus in their videos.
And extreme.
When it comes to the so-called coronavirus, it has the code name of COVID, and it just so happens COVID, translated from Hebrew to English, is Kobe. Okay, in Kobe, to make it perfectly clear, Kobe, he has the corona, again, the corona, the crown tattoo. And again, corona is the wreath or the crown. And this symbolizes the World Health Organization with the wreath or the crown around it. And of course, the flat earth model, the vipers that run this world.
So, this doesn't mean anything. But it doesn't mean everything was already said before, right? But I still can put my 50 cents on the table.
Go, 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 go.
So, what did I say before on this? That the crown scheduled to strike China? But for what exactly? What is China's fault? The mistake was signing the trade agreement with the Trump administration on January 15. And no, the day and time doesn't really matter, guys. Everyone knew they were planning to sign it way before the New Year's, so everything matches concerning the date. Why is the crown pissed off? It's because of signing a deal that is not fair for China. Why China signed an unequal trade deal with the US? The US-China Phase 1 trade deal slapped huge commitments on China, yet did not remove many imposed tariffs and will be challenging to implement amid coronavirus outbreak. America is winning like never before, said Trump at 2020 World Economic Forum in Davos. As Exhibit 1, he offered the trade agreement with China signed at January 15.
Tonight I stand before you to share the incredible results. Jobs are booming, incomes are soaring, poverty is plummeting, crime is falling, confidence is surging, and our country is thriving and highly respected again. The years of economic decay are over. Other nations are long behind us, and we are never, ever going back. I am thrilled to report to you tonight that our economy is the best it has ever been. Our military is completely rebuilt, with its power being unmatched anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. Our borders are secure, our families are flourishing, our values are renewed, our pride is restored.
On the 5th of February, he positioned the trade deal as a win over China's massive theft of American jobs.
Under the last administration, more than 10 million people were added to the food stamp rolls. Under my administration, 7 million Americans have come off food stamps and 10 million people have been lifted off of welfare.
As trade agreements go, this one is remarkably one-sided, with China making the bulk of commitments. The agreement contains a total of 105 commitments by China, like China shall, compared to 88 joint commitments parties shall, and only 5 commitments by the United States shall.
This is a blue-collar boom.
In most clauses, the United States simply affirms that its existing policies already meet the requirements in the agreement. A modest win for China is the removal of China from the US Treasury list of currency manipulators. The move to put the China on that list last August surprised many. So that's probably all the China received amid signing the deal. So the masters were not happy and wanted to punish the China, releasing the mainstream media campaign, which did provoke many to start the hype. And we'll return to this a little later, but anyway, we'll see a result of this hype. China's folks took it way more serious, and those who attacked had enough time to profit on the event. In this March Madness, the stock market reset is closer than I thought, and could follow up with the monetary reset at the end of the year after the second term of Trump's administration, or those who can watch his back.
It's all working. Opportunity zones are helping Americans like Army veteran Tony Rankins from Cincinnati, Ohio. After struggling with drug addiction, Tony lost his job, his house, and his family. He was homeless, but then Tony found a construction company that invests in opportunity zones. He is now a top tradesman, drug-free, reunited with his family, and he is here tonight. Tony, keep up the great work, Tony.
Who knows how scripted it could be these days? By the way, Trump has Highlander's blood. His mom was a real McLeod. And you know what I mean, so he might surprise many again.
I know everything! I am everything!
Democrats betray Bernie once again. Bernie, poor Bernie. Well, actually not that poor anymore. He managed to earn some big socialist money last couple of years, and of course he wants everybody else who can pay to pay for the rest who cannot afford to pay. That's quite fair, he thinks, and medical socialism should be implemented in US. But his fellow Democrats don't want to give him a hand in winning the nominee of the Democratic candidate and betrayed him one more time.
Now look, today I am clear-eyed about our overriding objective, and that is victory in November. Not victory for me or our campaign, but victory for our country. If you remember, I entered the race for president to defeat Donald Trump. And today, I am leaving the race for the same reason, to defeat Donald Trump, because staying in would make it more difficult to achieve that goal. I've always believed that defeating Donald Trump starts with uniting behind the candidate with the best shot to do it. And after yesterday's vote, it is clear that candidate is my friend and a great American, Joe Biden.
Even Mini Mike wants the creepy Joe to face Trump in November, but Joe Biden has memory issues and he probably forgot who won last time and how exactly it happened. So let's hope he can recall it soon enough before he gets the nomination and won't be as ridiculous in losing as Hillary was before, in fact, having more people voted for her than Trump. But losing the presidency amid the Electoral College.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to.
Joe, nothing changed since then, yeah? By the way, the Crown wants to punish Trump for winning with the monetary reset in the end of this year. Stock indexes decline, gold gains, so everybody is prepared to fight. This is what was scheduled for the world. We have to live with it. The inner system of control is based on the mise en chair game. I've told you this before. Someone is something is always a part of sacrifice and scripted to be a loser. Only one can win the game.
There can be only one.
Hype on death is getting trendy. While the panic hysteria spreads the world, some stupid people are trying to hype on its death and fear. For example, many bloggers write the songs about coronavirus. And not only bloggers try and hype on that, even the politicians, crooked politicians, want to do that. For example, in Ukraine, local opposition that is paid by the good old Soros Foundation sponsored some medieval performance with tires fired up and the stolen beatings of the quarantined fellow Ukrainians bus that was arriving to the hospital.
Buckle up for safety, buckle up. Buckle up for safety, always buckle up. Pull your seatbelt snug, give an extra tug. Buckle up for safety, buckle up.
Buckle up for safety, buckle up. Buckle up for safety, always buckle up. Show the world you care by the belt you wear. Buckle up for safety when you're driving. Buckle up for safety, buckle up. Buckle up for safety, always buckle up. Put your mind at ease, tell your riders please. Get your seatbelts buckled, everybody buckle up.
The National Safety Council says, if you don't have seatbelts, get them. If you do have seatbelts, use them. Seatbelts can and do save lives every day.
Buckle up for safety, everybody buckle up.
Were those Ukrainians from Wuhan supposed to stay for a couple of weeks? The media coverage was perfect, and the current administration suffered a huge decline in approval ratings. In Russia, we've also had some cases of a set of provocation from unknown controllers sending people WhatsApp chat messages, which told fake information like 20,000 coronavirus cases in single Moscow area and government hiding the truth from the local people. But those cases were easily debunked and panic was blocked. No wonder the opinion leaders tried to stay in trance. In this case, at one Instagram blogger's birthday had a huge resonance in Moscow.
Ёб твою налево! Он умер! Все, его нет больше! День рождения Помидора!
Trying to have a perfect body, they managed to make a dressed-up zombie doomsday surprise but forgot about the carbon dioxide and 3 participants died, including the husband of the blogger. Hyping and joking with fear and death is a one-way ticket. Turkish Gambit. Gambit in chess is an opening in which a player makes a sacrifice, typically of a pawn for sake of some compensative advantage. Erdogan used the 33 soldiers' sacrifice to ignite the new chain of scripted events. The Solomon plan had scripted the end days, that they were supposed to be started in Syria and the prize was the city of Damascus, but it looks like no one is winning the prize, so Erdogan thought he could claim it with the threat of starting a full-scale conflict for the Idlib region, inviting everyone to join him in his holy war. But it looks like no one cares anymore, so Erdogan opens the borders. But it appears there are no more than a couple of thousand migrants that are willing to waste their health invading Greece and Bulgaria. Perhaps those 3-4 millions of refugees had already left Turkey or just disappeared. Have you heard of Harry Houdini? Well, Erdogan is definitely not as good, but he managed to miss how the crowd disappeared. I think the crown is using Erdogan as a misdirection from the stock markets, reset operation and many more. The bearish trend is the way when the bubble is too thin, you know. Meanwhile, Erdogan visits Moscow and coordinates with the Putin for further script. The game is going in circles in the Mideast casino, which is and much more to develop here pretty soon. Perhaps Erdogan is the one who is scheduled to go all in and lose it. Social media platforms collect biometric data of users. We are aware of spying software in each and every electronic device, but this time around the case I will be informing you guys is overwhelming. Biometric data of humanity is the key to a total control, and the system is being updated each day, but they have to collect it somehow. And according to the Satanist rituals, you have to sign the contract, right? So, now if you want to recover your account in one of the oldest and most popular social media platform in Russia, Odnoklassniki, is testing the new feature. You have to take a photo in certain poses and flash horns. Yes, exactly, flash horn. And they save it on their servers. This is a signature sign because the sign you show is the signature. Yeah, so they keep it. Keep it safe, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. See you later. Bye.